Today, we're talking about something most women know too well. It's the feedback we give and receive from one another. Sometimes it's generous and constructive, while other times it's a disguised jab, a correction, or a comment that just doesn't sit right in the gut. We're going to explore how to tell the difference, why this pattern exists in the first place, and how we can disrupt it, both in how we respond and in how we show up for each other. This isn't about venting or singling anyone out. It's about building awareness, sharpening our instincts, and creating a culture where women are allies, not undercover critics. Welcome to the Christina DiStefano podcast, where we explore the intersection of mindset to manifestation and the art of becoming in your space, your style, and your soul. I'm your host, Christina DiStefano, luxury real estate advisor, designer, and guide for the woman you're becoming. Here we go beyond surface level design and traditional success. We talk about transforming your home as a portal, embodying your next level identity, and creating a life that feels as good as it looks. If you're ready to step into your fullest expression with courage, intention, and beauty, you're in the right place. Let's begin. Whether on a YouTube channel, in a leadership role, or simply showing up authentically in life, women in visible spaces get a disproportionate amount of commentary on appearance, tone, and likability rather than on ideas and substance. We don't always talk about it, but women sometimes hurt each other in ways that are hard to name. It's rarely an outright insult or public confrontation. More often, it's subtle, coded, and designed to land just enough to make you doubt yourself. These moments pass quickly, but they stick in the body like splinters. These are the unspoken codes between women. Relational aggression isn't about shouting matches. It's about calculated shifts in tone, exclusions from a group, or the innocent question that's really a warning. It's the smile that doesn't quite reach the eyes, the group text you suddenly stop being included in, the colleague who, when you share your win, responds with the perfectly timed "must be nice." It's weaponized ambiguity, and because it's hard to prove, it's easy to dismiss, especially if you've been taught to give people the benefit of the doubt. But here's the truth. The doubt it plants isn't random. It's meant to make you smaller. The next behavior often grows from something deeper, the scarcity mindset. For generations, women were told that there's only so much recognition, influence, or success to go around. When that's the story we've inherited, other women's wins can feel like a loss to us. That's when you hear things like, "Are you sure you're ready for that?" when you announce a new role, or "Maybe don't apply for that award. There are already so many women in that category." Or perhaps a friend at work reminding you your colleague had that account for years, as if your achievement somehow takes from hers. Scarcity poisons connection. It keeps us fighting for one chair at a table when in reality, we have the power to build more tables. Sometimes the comments we get aren't even about us at all. They're about the other person's reflection. Psychologists call it the mirror effect. We tend to criticize traits in others that we're struggling to accept in ourselves. A woman who's been shamed for being too ambitious might warn you not to overdo it so people don't think you're full of yourself. Someone who's insecure about her speaking skills might suggest you slow down, even when your pacing is just fine. A person afraid of risk might shake her head at your career leap, not because it's wrong, but because it's something she can't imagine doing herself. When you can spot the mirror, you can stop mistaking someone else's projection for your truth. There's another lens at play that's so ingrained we barely notice it. The internalized male gaze. Women are taught to assess themselves and each other through an imagined male perspective, prioritizing appearance and palatability over depth and ability. That's why after a presentation, someone might critique your lipstick instead of your ideas, or a fellow creator suggests you'd get more views if you smiled more. Or at a networking event, a woman labels your outfit bold, code for too much. When we do this to each other, we reinforce the same lens that has been used to limit us. Choosing to see another woman through her own lens, not the one the culture handed us, is a radical act of solidarity. And then there's the one I hear the most. You're too sensitive, as if sensitivity is a flaw. The truth, sensitivity is not fragility. It's a finely tuned radar. Empaths and highly sensitive people pick up on micro shifts in tone, expression, and language that others miss. But when you've been trained to doubt your own feelings, you start second-guessing that radar. You laugh off a joke about your weight, so you're not that person. You ignore a condescending tone because you've been told you read into things. You question your discomfort when someone compliments your work by saying, "I didn't expect this to be so good." Sensitivity is not something to toughen out of you. It's the very tool that allows you to read the room, sense the shift, and spot the unspoken. The work is to stop abandoning yourself when it goes off. The subtle ways we diminish each other aren't just personal, they're cultural echoes. And once you see the patterns, you can step out of them. You can keep your wins, your voice, your boldness intact. And maybe, just maybe, you can hand another woman the permission slip she didn't even know she was waiting for. When we don't challenge these patterns, we unconsciously perpetuate them, even in spaces where we want to be supportive. This episode is about reclaiming that skill and learning to filter feedback through both your logic and your intuition. I want to take a quick moment to tell you about something I created for women exactly like you. It's called the Powerhouse Handbook. It's available on Amazon, and it's a pocket-sized guide filled with mindset shifts, mic drop statements, and powerful reminders to keep you rooted in your worth, no matter what life throws at you. And here's the exciting part. The first 100 women who grab their copy will get a complimentary invitation to join me this Sunday, August 24th, for the Powerhouse Launch Circle. It's a live, empowering experience where we'll connect, share, and grow together. So if this conversation is resonating with you, go grab your copy of the Powerhouse Handbook on Amazon today, and I'll see you this Sunday in the circle. So, when feedback comes your way, it's easy to get caught in a swirl of questions. Is this helpful? Am I being too sensitive? Should I change something? The truth is, not all feedback is created equal. Some of it will help you grow. Some of it will quietly chip away at your confidence. I like to think of feedback as falling into two baskets, the keep basket and the let go basket. The keep basket holds the insights and the encouragement that open you up, that leave you feeling inspired and curious. And the let go basket holds the comments that close you down, make you shrink, or push you towards second guessing yourself in a way that doesn't feel constructive. So how do you know the difference? This is when you bring the comment to your inner sorting table. Lay it down, turn it over, and look at it from every angle. What's the tone? What's the intent? Is this part of a pattern? The first thing I notice is tone. Helpful feedback feels like an invitation to a conversation and a collaboration. It might sound like, "Have you ever thought about?" or "I love it when you." Unhelpful feedback feels like a directive. "Stop doing this," or "you should." The kind of statement that tells you what to change without any curiosity or context. Next, I look for intent. Does this comment add value to my work, or is it trying to edit me? Constructive feedback deepens the work. Maybe it sharpens an idea or adds a new layer. Harmful feedback tries to reshape your personality, your style, or your choices without your consent. I also look for patterns. A one-off suggestion from someone who's generally encouraging is very different from someone who always has a little tweak for me, the kind of person who, over time, seems to be on a mission to fix me piece by piece. Then there's focus. Is the comment engaging with my ideas, my message, my content? Or is it zooming in on something that isn't actually a mistake, like my hair, my earrings, or the color of my slides? Finally, and this is the most important part, I check my body. Did I feel open when I read or heard it? Did I feel energized or curious, even if I don't agree? Or did my stomach drop? Did I immediately start defending myself in my mind? Our bodies know before our brains catch up. When you use this process, you start to sort feedback in real time without overthinking or explaining it to death. And once you know which basket it belongs in, you can decide how to respond. If it's something to let go, your goal is to close the loop without opening the door. That might be a short, neutral acknowledgement like, thanks for watching, or glad you're here, or simply no response at all. You don't have to justify, defend, or debate. If it's something to keep, allow yourself to receive it without minimizing yourself. That can be as simple as, thank you, that means a lot, or I'll think about that, appreciate you sharing. Here's why this matters. Responding with intention is not just about protecting yourself from harmful feedback. It's also about training your nervous system to receive genuine praise without downplaying it. The more you practice this, the more your baseline, your natural unshaken state, stays intact in both creative and professional spaces. When you start running feedback through this framework, you're not just protecting your mood for the day, you're rewiring the way you allow the world to shape you. It means that the person who tells you you'd be pretty if you wore brighter lipstick no longer has the power to pull you into self-consciousness for the rest of the afternoon. It means that when a peer helpfully says, "Are you sure you're ready for that?" after you announce an exciting opportunity, you don't spiral into doubt. You recognize it as their scarcity talking, not your truth. Because this is more than personal boundary work, it's cultural repair. Let that sit for a moment. Every time we choose not to pass along those micro corrections, every time we stop ourselves before we project our own insecurities onto another woman, we're dismantling the quiet, constant erosion of the feminine voice. When women stand fully in their own baseline, unshaken, unapologetic, and aware, the ripple effect is enormous. It changes how we show up in leadership, in creativity, in community. And those shifts don't just transform our relationships with each other. They influence the decisions we make as a culture about conflict, about care, about what we choose to protect. The truth is, a world with a stronger feminine voice is a world with more empathy, more collaboration, and more willingness to protect life in all its forms. And that starts in the smallest moments, the comment section, the side conversation, the just saying remark, because those are the moments when we either reinforce the old way or choose a new one. So here's my challenge to you, starting today. For the next week, notice the feedback you give and the feedback you receive. Run it through the inner sorting table. Ask yourself, does this open me up or close me down? If it opens you, let it in fully. If it closes you, set it down without explanation. And when you're on the giving side, pause before you speak. Ask yourself, is this meant to help her shine or to make her smaller? Is it the latter? If it's the latter, choose silence or choose support instead, because this is how we change things. This is how we replace scarcity with solidarity, competition with collaboration. This is how we reestablish the feminine voice, not the watered-down version that's been filtered through what's palatable, but the real, rooted, truth-speaking voice that makes a culture safer for everyone. My loves, if this episode spoke to you, please share it with another woman who could use this reminder to trust her gut. Be that friend. And if you want to help promote and grow this podcast, kindly take a moment to leave a 5-star rating and review. Every review helps this message reach more women, amplifying the change we're building together. Because every moment you choose to protect your own baseline, and every moment you choose to protect another woman's, you're adding a brick to a foundation that we can all stand on. Let's build that foundation together. And on that note, sending you so much love from New York. Mwah.